Oh my gosh, this would be a perfect, like, scary Halloween situation, like do some ghost story. Okay. Where should I situate this? Ooh, I like that. Okay, I like that. Yes. Well, I really fuck with this though. Like, I fuck with that offsetting. Either way, I look great. um, mm, mm, mm. God damn, this shit is bright. Okay, let's see. Dip it low. No, I don't know. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me grab some H2O. Okay, and we're gonna get to the mother freaking tea. First of all, y'all, I'm sad. Ew. Oh. I got my Wi-Fi finally. I got the freaking Wi-Fi, right? And child, I done set it up and everything. Okay, because I'm a tech savvy girly. Yeah. So I done set the shit up. Okay, it was very quick and easy. I ain't even gonna hold you. But then I go to use it and it's not freaking working. And I'm like, what is this shit? Ow. Ow. Hold on. What is that? Damn, that shit hurt. Wait, what does it say? Do not remove. Oh shit. Do not remove from where? Oh no. Hold on. Because I feel like this came off of here. So when they say don't remove, I don't think they're playing. Shit. But I don't know, because it was already removed. I don't know. Listen. Don't let me get to lying, okay? Because I have not a damn clue. I just know it says don't remove. Chill. Forget it. How y'all doing? How was y'all doing today? Damn, I done smashed Cosmo all up on the couch, huh? We should just do like one night where we just do nothing but ASMR. I would probably be a little fucking annoying though. Like, I can't stand when they be doing that shit. They be like, how does that sound to y'all? Hold on, let me see. Do y'all like that? You like that shit? It's the type of ASMR I like. Yeah. Hold on. I got some more for y'all. Hold on. Oh shit. Does that even sound like ASMR? Because if I was watching me, I would be so fucking livid. Like, if you do not shut the freak up. Hey, what up, Stefano? Okay, so since I ain't got no damn Wi-Fi, woo, they talking about wait 3 days. Why do I need to wait 3 days? The equipment is here now, and I spent 15 minutes setting the shit up. Do you want to fight? Just let me know. Do you need that? My bad. I'm calm. So, the last 2 days we've been talking about creating our own reality, right? Creating our desired reality. We've been talking about that. So, with all of that being said, Today, I wanted to continue the conversation. Okay, I didn't brought one of my books. I know y'all do not want to listen. I am not a cliche gal, okay? I do not like giving y'all advice that's been handed down by somebody else. I like to give you advice from my own experiences, okay? My own opinions, okay? I don't like to hear somebody else say something and be like, oh, so and so said that. But sometimes I'll be reading some books that speak the same language as me. And this book is one of them books. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People pretty much gets right to the fucking point. Okay. It gets right to the fucking point. Our society, listen, we're not going to shame society because we know what the hell going on. Okay. I don't need to reiterate what we already know. Okay. But we do need to get into this mentality of, hey, I am here by choice. Therefore, I can create whatever I want from this free will experience. Hello? 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 Is this thing on? I don't want to hear people keep saying that they feel like they're stuck with a particular experience or a particular reality. Who said that? You ain't stuck, babe. You just don't realize that there are things that you could be doing actively every single day to create a better reality for yourself. It starts with the mind. That's why it keeps telling y'all the things that you consume matter the most, not just what you're putting in your body. Okay, what you put in your mind matters. Okay, so I feel like I want to get into the nitty gritty of this, but then I'll also at the same time, and this is really where ADHD comes into play, because child, one part of my brain is like, be serious. And the other part of my brain is like, woo! Yo, how people gonna take me serious when it's time to take me serious if I can't be serious on my own accord? Damn it. Okay. You know what the thing is? Some of us are so multidimensional, okay, and so comfortable with the fact that we're multidimensional and we don't got shit to prove. Okay, we're not trying to act all refined and, you know, superior. Okay. Um, so sometimes I want to have these very important conversations with you, but I also want them to be lax. You know, I want them to be low key. Like I want you to take me serious, but at the same time, I want you to know, like we cooling, we chilling. You know, chilling like a villain. So before I go back to what I want to say, because I think that my brain is like teeter totter, and it's like say this, but also say this, because I want to say some unpopular opinions. Lately, I've been noticing this ain't gonna go well with the non-black people, okay? But I'm gonna say it anyway. I've been noticing that certain experiences have really they've damaged me, to be honest. And when I'm talking about certain experiences, I'm not even talking about personal experiences. I mean, just like racism as a whole. This is crazy how I'm just bouncing from one topic to the next, but I don't give a shit. My brain is, that's just, listen, that's the brain of a neurodivergent, okay? Racism really has done a number on me. Like other black people could relate to this too. Shit, not just black people, people of all colors, okay? When I be watching movies and I'll be reading books and things like that, I just be thinking to myself like, it's not seasoned enough. Like I want something that I feel at one time was meant to be erased. Like there was a point in time where even me as a teenager, you know, I did not feel comfortable as a black kid. I didn't want to be a black kid because of all the controversy surrounding blackness. And then one day I just woke the fuck up and I realized, oh my gosh, black people are the blueprint. What are we even saying here? To hate yourself is crazy. I seen this video earlier of this black woman. She's passed away now. She was murdered. Can you say murdered on live stream? Well, it's too late. I already said it. Anyway, her life was taken, and her life was taken shortly after she went on the internet with a series of basically hate speeches against black people. You know, she black herself, a lighter skinned black woman, but nonetheless black. Okay, I seen her mama. Her mama was black. And she is talking about how she hates black men, how she thinks that all black men need to, she wants all black men dead, I think she said, and she's like, oh, black women need to admit that they're black men or something like that. I don't know. She was just saying some crazy shit. Okay. And then suddenly she ends up dead in Ohio, in an abandoned house in Ohio. And I was thinking to myself, damn, it's crazy that some black people, not me, not me, some black people get conditioned to the point where they start to hate themselves. Okay, they hate themselves because of the experiences that they've had, the discrimination that they've experienced, whatever the case may be. I know for me personally, because I was experiencing discrimination since I was young, and then just colorism within our community too. I I wanted to just not be a part of the experience at some point, like I said. But then I don't know. One day I just woke the fuck up and I realized like who I really was. You know what I'm saying? How much of a privilege, but also how much responsibility and how much oppression comes with being a black woman, especially being a queer black woman. Oh, that makes it so much worse. Oh my God. Anyway, saying all this because I've been having thoughts that's I don't feel like they're the most pure thoughts, okay? About culture. And I think that's because like being on TikTok especially, it is such a normalized thing to go on to TikTok and see white girls with braids in their hair. The same thing that we as black women get shamed for. It's not just that. It's the what they call them, gutter bunnies. Child, TikTok is a whole other location. Okay, on TikTok they call them gutter bunnies, but anyway, they basically talking about white girls who rap. They don't do anything else. They just sitting on the video for 30 seconds or whatever, reciting a rap song, and it's certain things that I've been seeing lately. It just irritates my soul, to be honest. We got different people using the N word. We got, like I said, white girls on TikTok talking about, oh, don't be mad at me because my braids look better than yours. I'm like, honey, when did braids ever look good on white girls? Damn it, now don't piss me off. I'm calm. Saying all this stuff because I need help. I need help because I think I'm starting to become enraged. And that's crazy because remember, there was a time where shit, white supremacy. Just say it like that. Remember white supremacy? Remember that? Now it's weird because it's like the tables are turning. And I know that it's you should never reverse something on a group of people, a race of people, just because we've been oppressed for 500, 6,000 shit, hella years, okay? But at the same time, it just be so sickening because there are so many closet racist people. I'm telling you, and certain things that I've witnessed over the several years being on the internet, like I just feel like we gotta get our clap back. We gotta do something. Damn it! And I guess the best revenge is to become so successful that you can't touch us, right? But shit. I just wish that all people would leave black culture to black people because they didn't let us have a motherfucking thing ever. They oppressed us for every aspect of who we are, but then at the same time infiltrated our culture. At the same time, turn around and imitated everything that we did and profited off of it. Still doing it now. And maybe this is not the best place to have this conversation. Yo, maybe this is not the best place to have this conversation. I'm realizing how dangerous this conversation can become because I want to be real about the fact that as spiritual as I am, I'm still having a human experience, and the human experience is a black experience. And the amount of discrimination that I've experienced, or shit, the amount of within our own culture, self hatred that I've witnessed is just is debilitating at times. Okay, sometimes I'm just like, no, I want out of here now. I don't want to do this shit anymore. Grandpa, it's too damn bad. What are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna get back? I guess we never really were there, huh? But how can we get to a connectedness? How can we unify? Because I don't feel like we can do that without acknowledging everything that's happened to us. Okay, we have to acknowledge our trauma. We have to really talk about this shit, and we need some damn reparations. It can no longer be hard for us. Okay, it can no longer be a challenge for us. It has to be easy. Okay, yes, absolutely, this shit got to be easy. And within every race, within every culture, there's lazy people. Obviously, we cannot, restrict that to one race or another. Within every race, there's crime. Okay, within every race, there's the same things that we point the fingers at other people for is within each race. So, um, I guess the bigger question, like I said, is how do we acknowledge what the fuck we've been through, what how we've been limited for all this time, and then how do we move forward and unite? Because me personally, and this, I feel bad for saying this. No, I don't feel bad for saying this. Let me not lie. I don't trust white people. I don't trust white people because every experience that I've had with white people have proven that they can't be trusted. They always snaking. And if they're not snaking, I mean, it just go. Let's take it back to how my father was dating this. Well, he dated several white women. Okay, but he was dating this one woman in particular, and she used to call me a nigger all the time on the phone. Okay, we used to be going at it. I remember that time. I got so damn angry. I said, you know what? I'm about to come over there and taking her out. Okay, but I say this because I'm not okay with the fact that I don't trust white people because we got to exist with white people, right? I'm not okay with the fact that I feel uncomfortable around white people. I'm not okay with the fact that I feel like white people fake. They fake it. They always fake it. I don't feel like they have a real sense of self identity at all. I feel like white people, they are, they carry the burdens of their ancestors, and I just like, what do we do about white people? Because like we can't just quarantine them, or quarantine them is crazy. We can't just cast them out and say that they don't exist and that they don't deserve freedom and equality. Because even though that they've restricted us from freedom and equality all this time, two wrongs ain't gonna make a right. It's just repeating the same cycle. And I really want to get to a place where I feel like shit, things don't feel so uncomfortable. Like I can I can't tell you how many times I go into supermarkets, doctor's offices, whatever, and I just feel like this simmering rage. I'm telling you, like it's so crazy because I've seen how they act behind closed doors. I've seen how they act when no one is looking, and I know that mm, I could say so much actually. I could say so much because my mind is rummaging through different moments that I've experienced. I just I feel like I want to find a solution, and I know I can't find a solution sitting here on live stream just yapping. But sometimes this helps. Okay, it helps me to process whatever it is that I'm thinking, whatever it is that I'm experiencing. I gotta figure out shit. We gotta figure out how we could coexist and how we can do it authentically. You know, like we need to help white people figure out who they are first of all, like outside of like their culture. We get it. Yeah, it's colonization. It's but that's not a real culture though. That's a historical stain. You know, genocide and taking people's land and shit, and then being on stolen land and then talking about go back to your country. Hold on, wait, hold on, pause. How do we get white people to heal right along with us? Or will we ever be able to coexist in peace, in harmony? And like, we ain't never gonna forget. We ain't never gonna be able to forget being hung from trees and getting our churches burned down and being taken, being put into captivity. Like, we can't forget these things. We can't forget having our fucking teeth worn, having our body parts used, our hair used to make furniture and shit. Like that's stuff that we will never forget. And I hate that these are things that white people tell us to just forget about it, move on. That was so many years ago. That happened centuries ago. Just let it go. Like that's crazy to me. How can you let something go if it was your ancestors? Would you let it go? If it was your great 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 grandmother, would you let it go? How could you let it go? Because you know that trauma is inherited as well. It's the reason why black people have the disposition that they have 9 times out of 10. I'm not an angry black woman. And I don't think that there are too many angry black women. And I know I don't really know any angry black women at all, actually. Um, but I notice that every time I speak up for myself, every time I express my opinion, even if I'm just speaking softly like this, I'm always treated as if, you know, I'm becoming a threat. Oh no, calm down. Like, I am very calm, actually. Wait a minute. But if I was being honest, I have every reason to be angry. Like, I'm here, late working, trying to make the world fucking better. At least good enough so that when I leave, I can feel like, okay, I did my best. But there are certain aspects of this human experience that make it real difficult to just get on with life and act like everything's cool, because so many Black people are greatly limited because of their trauma, because of their conditioning. And it makes me sad sometimes because we have all these stigmas surrounding us. We have all of this stereotyping. And a lot of it is rooted in fear and inferiority. You know, if Black people were not a threat, at least in terms of identity, um, there would have been never been a reason for racism in the first place. White people have always felt inferior to Black people, and this is why they did everything that they could to oppress us. But again, going back to the whole two wrongs don't make a right thing, I'm not here to spew hate towards anybody. I do want to figure out a solution though. And it just seems so complex of a thing, because like how can we really find a solution when so many people are still ingrained in their hate towards Black people? I didn't know this conversation was going to go this direction at all. You see how crazy shit gets just in the blink of an eye. These things have been on my mind though, and I've been trying to figure out, like, should I go live on TikTok, or should I go live on YouTube and talk about these things, or should I just shut the hell up and never say anything? But if I shut up, it feels like I'm gonna explode. So I have to speak. I have to say something. I have to figure out how we can have uncomfortable conversations. And even if people get offended, we figure out how we can move forward together with like a solution that helps serve everybody, you know. It can't just be one person or one group of people that feel like they got their needs met and the others are, being cast to the side. Imagine if I was the president of the United States. I would burn all this shit to the ground, actually. I'd be like, we starting over from scratch. Fuck this shit. Or at the very least, we giving everybody their land back. Okay? Especially with them talking about they ain't gonna be no more Black History Month. Are you crazy? Every month is Black History Month if you want to be fucking honest, okay? Because we are the only culture that has been stolen from for years and profited off of for years. And when I say that, I don't mean that they haven't stole from other cultures. What they definitely stole from us, the blueprint, okay? Our hair, the way we talk. You ever heard a person that's not from the hood start talking hood? I remember experiencing this on multiple occasions. People who are not Black, um, changing up their whole dialect for me. And I'm like, now who the fuck said that I even talk like that? Like, why would you come to me with that assumption in your mind? Why would you? What is wrong with people? See, this is when I start just getting so frustrated, because there's too many questions that I need answered. there's too there's too many things that need a solution, and I don't have the fucking answers. I don't have the resolve. I just don't, But I damn sure don't want to feel enraged. I damn sure don't want to feel like, I don't want to feel about white people the way that they feel about us. But I'm not gonna hold you. With the exception of the white people who show up as allies, and it does me. There be plenty of them that show up as allies. White people, they just make me feel like they are the problem. They make me feel like they are the problem. They are the fucking problem. But I don't want to just look at them as the problem and as if they don't have no hope. Because if I sit up here and talk about how we can reprogram our mindset and change our reality, should I believe that that extends out to every single person, and despite how complex the issues are, I just wish I knew how to like fix it like now. Everybody good? Okay, great. Let's exist together. Let's build community together. But I can't build community with people who literally tried to get me arrested. Like, I remember living in fucking Hawaii, and the fucking lady literally is lying on us to the fucking police, saying, oh yeah, they in here smoking and doing this, that, and the third, and trying to create a disturbance. Basically, she come into my room at some point, and the Airbnb host lady, and I don't even remember the whole scenario, to be honest. At this point, this was years ago. But the point is, I just remember her stretching the truth a great deal because she thought it was gonna get me arrested. And I'm like, now, ma'am, we was just cool. We was just cool. What happened? It's crazy how much white people switch up on me constantly. But again, I fuck with the ones that fuck with us. Okay, the ones that fuck with us, I fuck with y'all too. Y'all not the problem, but you cannot say that you're an ally and then also want me to sugarcoat the truth of the matter. You cannot say that you're my ally and then expect me to not be real about how I feel, or the gravity of the situation that's here. Like, white people need to be checked. And in fact, if you are our allies, y'all who fuck with us need to start checking your kinfolk. Okay, you need to start checking them. Get your shit together, Barbara. Get your shit together, Karen. Get your shit together, Becky. Tell them. If I keep talking about this, I'm gonna get emotional, and I'm gonna get all turned up. I ain't gonna crash out, but I wish we can have an open dialogue at some point and really figure this thing out together. Because this is not something that's all on my shoulders, but damn it, I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, okay? I'm trying to fix this shit before I get the fuck out here. Somebody said, I'm gonna write these comments and then let me delete them. Thank you, boo. What up, twin? By the way, let me stop talking about racism and things, because that's such a heavy hoocho. It's like, I know it's good to address the elephant in the room, but this elephant too motherfucking big. Shit, this is when some ASMR / meditation really gonna come in, because like, my brain is bubbling right now. It's just bubbling like thoughts. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm really feeling like this, because I did get triggered yesterday. But the thing is, I didn't even get triggered and respond. I'm crossing the street, and the man, he about to turn at the intersection, but I got the right of way. Ain't no lights or anything. It's just, if you coming out of an alleyway, excuse me, and coming into the intersection, and somebody is crossing the street, a motherfucker on foot, you supposed to slow your ass down and wait for the person to cross the damn curb, right? No, this bastard, he wanna act like he gonna just continue to go. So I stood there in the street, because I'm like that. Okay, the fuck. I'm not about to get all excited. I'm just stand here and look at your ass. So I stood like this as he's sitting there in his car, and he's like, go, 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 go. Oh, don't do that. You rushing me now? I'm really gonna be an asshole. Because you should have been slowing down. Okay? Why are you driving so damn fast? You just came out of an alley. So I stand there for a few seconds extra, and I'm just looking because I'm like that. And finally, I decide to, tiptoe out of the way of his vehicle and continue on to the curb. He must have sped up so damn fast and flipped me off. And I just started cackling because I'm like that. I'm really like that. Shit was hilarious but triggering at the same time because, he cussing me out. He cussing me out. And one thing about white men, first of all, not only do they fetishize us, fetishize. I hate how I can't say that word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Fetishize, okay? We are a fetish to them, black women. But also, there's like this internalized hatred for us too. Because white men definitely feel inferior to black women. And I I got the Carfax for that one. I won't get into that though. We gonna save that for a book or something. Actually, there is a book. I've written a book already about this. Power, the Reign of the Mean Queen. I might put it back up on Amazon sometime this year, but I took it down for several reasons. Anywho, it bothered me that white men, they act like, it bothers me that white men act like they would kill me. Basically, that's what I get from them. That is the energy that they give. Like, if I could, I would kill you. If I could, I would take your life. And you know what? The feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. The fuck? Because I'm really like that. Let's get off this conversation though, because there's so many avenues that I've already gone down in this last however many minutes I've been live. And I don't even want to continue to do this because it needs to be progressive if I'm going to be having an open dialogue like this. There has to be a means to an end, obviously, and there ain't no means to no end right now. I think I'm just fucking saying shit because so many different things are on my mind in regards to race, culture, progression, freedom. Trauma. Sheesh. Okay. Let's get into some lighter topics. Okay, let's get into something lighter. Let me have some water. Because I done took us down a dark, dark, dark rabbit hole. And I should have gave you like a little warning or something beforehand, child. Because if it's heavy for me, I know it's going to be heavy for y'all. Y'all ain't got the type of resilience that I do. Some of y'all do. Not all of y'all, though. Not all of y'all. All right. So let me read something from this book. Let me start there. And then I'm going to pull some cards. Okay. And thank you for not being a dickhead, none of y'all in the chat, unless, somebody had deleted their comments, okay? And not interrupting with some foolishness, about how, just thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna start literally, it's in the first chapter. I have all these, I'm just gonna show you how you know. Can you see all them little things that I underline and stuff like that? Yeah. When I read a book, I really get into the book. Like, it really be that for me. So let me just read this to you real quickly. And this is funny because it kind of not funny. Wherever you find a problem, you will usually find the finger pointing of blame. Shit. Society is addicted to playing the victim. If only my boss wasn't such a controlling idiot. If only I hadn't been born so poor. If only I lived in a better place. If only I hadn't inherited such a temper from my dad. If only my kids weren't so rebellious. If only the other department didn't mess up orders all the time. If only we weren't in such a declining industry. If only our people weren't so lazy and without drive. If only my wife was more understanding. If only, if only, if only. Blaming everyone and everything else for our problems and challenges may be the norm and may provide temporary relief from the pain, but it also chains us to these very problems. Show me someone who is humble enough to accept and take responsibility for his or her circumstances and courageous enough to take whatever initiative is necessary to creatively work his or her way through or around these challenges, and I'll show you the supreme power of choice. Now let's go back, because remember I did say I just want to figure out how to make things different. And I also do not accept the fact that even though I've been feeling this growing rage, okay, I do not accept that for I do not say that that's acceptable. It's not acceptable. I should not have any rage within me, regardless of what the situation is. But also, it's justifiable. It's understandable by all means, yes. But I can't just sit with that rage. I can't. I have to do something about it. And this is where I think art comes into play. This is where I think writing comes into play. This is where I think everything that I do in my work really becomes extremely valuable and necessary. Um, I don't blame anybody for my life and the way that things have panned out in my life. Yes, there have been many obstacles put in my way. Yes, there's been many times where people could have given me an opportunity and they said, fuck no. We just want to see her struggle and have to claw her way to the fucking top. There's been many times where people have made it harder for me, all because in their mind, something about me screams, you know, she gonna be great once she get to where she going, and already am great, right? But it sucks that people made it so much harder for me when they could have just made it accessible so that I could help other people too, because that's all I care about. I'm just getting to a particular point so that I can help other people get to a particular point. Because we can't all be sitting up here thinking, oh, it's going to take me 50 years to get. No, we could all thrive. We could. It's just the right people have to be put in positions of power. They have to be put into positions of privilege, who are trustworthy, who really are seeing the world through a progressive lens, right? They want everybody to have equality, right? So me wanting an equal playing field for all people is the backbone of why I feel like everything that I'm gonna achieve um is necessary, because I don't want to just sit up there and make excuses, but I also don't want to just glaze over the fact that, again, most Black people have inherited trauma. It's a real thing. Look it up, okay? Um, I don't believe that we're hopeless, regardless of how complex the situation is. I don't believe that is impossible for us to get to a place where we can all thrive. I don't believe that it's something that we can't fulfill. I don't know if I'm gonna be around to see it all. But again, I'm gonna do what I can because I want this more than I want this rage. You know what I mean? I want us to all figure out how to coexist more than I want to feel rage, more than I want to feel like I can't trust white people. That shit sucks. So I feel so emotional. um there was something else I wanted to read to you too, another excerpt. So let me just go back really fast. Blaming everybody but not being willing to take responsibility. That'd be a lot of y'all issues. You see all these obstacles and you blame it and all on that For me, I see all these obstacles and I'm like, all right, bet, challenge accepted. Because if I want something, I'm gonna get it. I guarantee you, I'm gonna get it. I don't see nah obstacle in my way and be like, oh, I just can't do it. No, I'm gonna accept the challenge because I know that I am so fucking resilient, and I don't know. I just have a type of determination within me that I don't think a lot of people have. To be honest, a lot of people don't have the type of endurance that I have, and so we gotta stop making excuses. We gotta stop feeling so damn helpless. We gotta stop feeling like, well, everybody else is doing this, this, and this, and this. Well, then that means that you're being controlled by all these people and all these things. I'm not, though. I'm not one that's being controlled. Do you understand now why being a transformation coach was the only option for me? Well, I mean, I have all these other titles too, obviously, but when it comes to this work, I have to do this because people are gonna listen to me because of everything that I've accomplished and overcame on my own, right? They're gonna listen to me and they're gonna take my advice and they're gonna implement some of the things that I've done, some of the tactics, some of the tools, because they see that it's working for me. I've never been defeated, and I done took a lot of L's. Okay, ooh, ugh. Anywho, so get your mind right. Be willing to take accountability for your own life. Be willing to accept the fact that, yes, all these circumstances that are happening outside of you are outside of your control. And yes, sometimes they can create just, it can hinder you in some way. But hindering you does not mean that it's impossible for you. Okay. Impossible only lives in your fucking mind. Um, when you take accountability for the fact that this is your life and that it's up to you, the choices that you make, the words that, the thoughts that you're thinking, the words that you're speaking, this is all in your control, then that's when you can really start winning. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this first page real fast. Or was it this one that I highlighted? No. What do I know? If we talking numbers, this a 10 out of 10. Ooh, I cannot wait till I can play my music because I've been making some bangers. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Few needs of the human heart are greater than the need to be understood, to have a voice that is heard, respected, and valued, to have influence. Most believe that the key to influence is communication, getting your point across clearly and speaking persuasively. In fact, if you think about it, don't you wait, hold on. What? In fact, if you think about it, don't you find that while others are speaking to you, instead of really listening to understand, you are often busy preparing your response? Now that's the one that's my pet peeve. Because you're not listening if you busy, you too quick to interrupt and to insert your commentary. Hush. Listen. Clearly state back to me what I've said so that I can know that you actually heard me. Otherwise, you're just listening so you can shut me the fuck up, okay? That's really how I be a lot of times. The real beginning of influence comes as others sense you are being influenced by them. When they feel understood by you, that you have listened deeply and sincerely, and that you are open, but most people, wait, and that you are open. But most people are too vulnerable emotionally to listen deeply, to suspend their agenda long enough to focus on understanding before they communicate their own ideas. Our culture cries out for, even demands understanding and influence. However, the principle of influence is governed by mutual understanding, born of the commitment of at least one person to deep listening first. So, if you really want to be influential, you got to learn how to listen. Hmm. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Up until, I'm going to say, shit. Yeah, well, all of my 20s, will be fair. All of my 20s, I definitely sucked at listening. I sucked at hearing other people because there was this overwhelming need to speak, to be heard. But that's because I was often silenced as a kid. So I had to work on that. I had to work on just emotional regulation as a whole. And once I mastered that, well, the desire to speak and overtalk people, it ceased, because people used to tell me all the time, why you always interrupting me? Because I got something to say. But I realized that there's so much more wisdom that I gain through listening, through observing, through just being still and receiving whatever other people have to say. Okay. Except for when I get on live stream. It's my time, baby. But saying all that to say, you know, I do believe that a lot of us lack emotional intelligence and we lack emotional control. And this is why we are not capable of hearing other people. Being emotionally vulnerable just means that there's a lot of emotion. Okay. No control of that emotion, though. Just that's why you spit it out. Stop talking so much. People used to tell me that all the time. Instead of talking so much, though, or instead of stop talking, though, I realized that I just need to know when to speak and when not to speak. That's why there's been so many moments where people, they just knew they was gonna get something out of me, and my lips are sealed. But that is proof of emotional regulation, though. Being able to be silent when in past situations I would have cussed your ass out. Whoo! Whoo! And if I'm this spicy, can y'all imagine how I used to be when I was unhealed? Can you imagine how fucking, oh my gosh, I was a nightmare. Child. And I didn't care who you was gonna get it. Verbal lashings, okay? Say something else. Anyway, stop and listen. And genuinely hear people. Genuinely feel people. See, I guess this kind of goes back to how I first started, ranting. Went on a little bit of a tangent, low key. And I didn't, obviously I didn't plan on talking about anything I spoke about earlier, but shit, I got every right. It's February, okay? Power to the people. But also, like, I should talk about these things, and we should have environments where we can speak about these things openly and honestly. You know what I mean? But this in itself is an example of, are you listening and really hearing me and really understanding where I'm coming from? Or are you just listening so you can interrupt with some bullshit and say some rude shit? Y'all didn't do it on this. And I appreciate you for that. Because even though I know my personality is so woo, I I'm a real motherfucker with real motherfucking feelings. And sometimes I feel like I don't feel comfortable saying certain things about how I feel because not a lot of people are emotionally intelligent enough to even receive what I'm saying and even, respond in a progressive way. A lot of people can only hear what I'm saying and then tune that shit out or, you know, disrupt with some bullshit, basically. So, anywho, be a better listener. When you're a better listener, you can have more influence. Period. Okay, and then let's move on to conflict and differences, and then I'm gonna get into the cards because I feel like I'm having a whole lesson right now. Okay, people share so much in common, yet are so magnificently different. They think differently, they have different and sometimes competing values, motivations, and objectives, conflicts, conflicts naturally arise out of these differences. Society's competitive approach to resolving the conflict and differences tends to center on winning as much as you can, though much good has come from the skillful art of compromise, where both sides give on their positions until an acceptable middle point is reached. Neither side ends up truly pleased. What a waste to have differences drive people to the lowest common denominator between them. What a waste to what a waste to fail to unleash the principle of creative cooperation and developing solutions to problems that are better than either party's original notion. So this kind of goes back to what I asked earlier. How the fuck do we find a common ground without it being this competitiveness? Fuck the competitiveness. The competitiveness for what? What are we competing for? We all can win. That's the thing. We all can win. Why are we competing to see who gets there first? It don't matter who gets there first at this point. If we all working for the same common goal, the ability for us to all have an even playing field where we all could thrive, there is no fucking matter of who gets there first and who gets there last because we're all on different points of our journey anyway. We all came into the world at different points of time, and we are all learning and experiencing and growing and evolving at different rates. So there is no fucking race. There is no competition. There is no another me. There is no another you. So why are we so competitive? I feel like when we are deeply rooted in our self identity and we find value in who we are, we don't feel the need to compete in the first place because we know who we are. We know what we are. And we, in a way, see everybody else in that same respect, unless they're acting like fucking dickheads. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. We talk about how we want this different reality, but I feel like we can't really fully bring to fruition a new reality without changing the mindset on a deeper level than just, oh, I can believe it, so it's mine. We have to get to the nitty gritty of this, and a lot of this has to do with, yeah, I'm gonna go back to saying it, white supremacy. You don't have to accept it for what it is, but that's still what it is. If we gonna really create a new reality, we gotta talk about the realest of the real, okay? The rawest of the raw. The parts that we would rather just leap right over so we can have our new reality. All the while people are fucking still suffering and being oppressed. No, absolutely not. How many genocides do we have going on in the world right now? We really got to be realistic about what it is that we say that we want, because does what we want fit the current state of the world? And when I say that, I mean, you know, you can say that you want this better reality and all, but how realistic is it for you to have this new reality and actually sustain this reality if there are certain aspects about the world that prove that we're not closer to thriving, we're closer to fucking perishing? Okay, we got to figure out a way to fit everybody into the conversation, because we're all part of the equation. We are all interconnected. So despite the growing rage that I feel that I'll have to figure out how to cope with at some point. I'm gonna talk to my therapist about it when I go to therapy next week. Girl, I'm starting to feel real. My therapist is real good at listening and countering with valid, questions and critical thinking and all that. And so, anywho, I'll save that for her. But we do got to be realistic about the realities we talk about we want to create in the wake of all that we're experiencing at this current moment. You know, we got to factor in the climate crisis and in everything. We can't just be like, oh, I want this new reality, but we're not willing to be a part of the change that we all experience collectively. Yeah, it does work hand in hand. you know I could get, I'm not going to tell you what I actually am going to have, but I'm just going to give you like a little whatever. I could go get a high rise condo, right? I could get a high rise condo. I could be driving a Hummer and have all my businesses uh really popping, okay? Motion, just everything in my life, just yes, okay, bank account on swole, all that. But it's not going to censor the reality that's happening around me. Because when I go to the store, when I go to the gas station, when I go to pay my rent, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Reality is still right there. And the reality is everybody's mentality has to change, not just ours. Everybody's mentality has to change. Everybody has to start seeing, first of all, themselves in a different light. Because, child, that is our main issue. I'm going to be honest, it's our biggest issue. A lot of people don't feel like they're even good enough. But once we change the mentality, we also have to, this whole system has to change. Ain't no rewriting the system, ain't no restructuring the system. We need a new system. Period. Point blank. Whew, child. So anyway, I'm done with all that. That was a lot. I'm not even. I want to sit in a room. I want to sit in a room full of scholars and just have conversation. You know, intellectual discourse, if you will, because damn. So let's see what's going on with the collective. I said I was gonna lighten things up. This shit is not lighter at all. My head hurt at this point because there's so many things to think about when it comes to my real reality. And the reality is people are fucking suffering. Okay? People are fucking suffering. Mm-mm. Okay. Oh, two of cups here. Interesting. Hold on. Hold on. Somebody got in a fighting. There could have been something with a job loss or somebody's about to lose their place. Okay. Like, I don't know. This is weird. The energy that I'm picking up is like, this is like, this is crazy because this feels like war. It feels like maybe even an internal war. This could be an internal war. um there's something that somebody's not at peace with because of a domino effect. It's like some relationship, and I don't feel like this is a romantic relationship. This feels like friendship or kinship. Some relationship was like, it was like somebody's downfall. That's what I'm really seeing. I'm seeing something in regards to like somebody finds out that a person came into their life just to fucking ruin their fucking life. Okay, that's what I'm really feeling. Okay, so let's see. What look? See 3 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. So it's like there could be. This goes back to the trauma that I was talking about too. 3 times 3 is 9, right? We're in a 9 year. So something that happened 6 years ago, something that happened 9 years ago, or something that happened three. Damn it! How am I seeing this? Okay, 3 years ago. Okay, something happened 3 years ago. So why is the 9 important? Goodness gracious! Sometimes I gotta break these things down, okay, in a very analytical way. Okay, we got Aquarius energy here. Something forced somebody to love themselves. Something forced somebody to love themselves, or force them. For it's not even. It's like somebody decided, instead of pouring into other people, friendships, family, they started pouring into themselves. There's like a whole transformation. Like that's really what's coming up right now. It's like collectively there is transformation, but it's transformation because people are coming back home to themselves. Something I said in the previous stream. Love that. So they're coming back home to themselves, but those who've been left behind are. It's like this is not those who've transformed. This is those who were responsible for the experiences that pushed these people to transform in the first place. Okay. So you got people that could be coming back to you to apologize. That's what I'm getting. It's like this energy is, and I'm gonna say like springtime, summertime. That's what it's really given. Around that time, you could start noticing people kind of just come back, you know. And I don't mean that where, oh, your ex is coming back. I mean, like you could get a message on Instagram, for instance. Somebody sending you a message like, oh, how you been doing? You know, it's been so long, blah blah blah, whatever. Like this is an old friend or like a cousin or even like a sibling, you know, that you haven't spoke to for some time. But whoever the people are that come back, these people were responsible for how they made you feel in the first place. They are the ones that pushed you to go hard on yourself. Go hard in the motherfucking paint. So people like and the thing is you should not be resistant to people coming to you to express, you know, how you, I don't want to say how you've made them feel. Don't be resistant to people coming to you and telling you how they feel. Shit, yeah. Because what I'm really getting is people that come back to you to give you your flowers in a way. They they're acknowledging the impact that you had on their life. So you shouldn't prevent them from doing that, because you moved on anyway. You good. These people, you don't have to, like, you can give somebody grace without reopening the door. You ain't gotta reignite the flame. Like, you can acknowledge somebody's message by clicking like on it and keeping it pushing, for instance. Okay, you ain't gotta respond at all. But don't roll your eyes because somebody is having like an awakening, or they're coming to terms with how shitty of a person that they were to you. So yeah, apologies. I'm literally hearing that song. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Oh, now look at this. Eight of Cups. That's crazy too, because um on my table I have this card that I found in one of the books that I got from the library recently, and it is the Eight of Hearts. Freaking hell. It's the Eight of Hearts. I feel so nauseous, like I'm just gonna throw up everywhere right now. The Eight of Hearts, okay, it's like a card, like a playing card. The Eight of Hearts is the Eight of Cups. And it's so crazy because when I put the card on my table, like I kind of like I organize my table, okay, with my tarot and all that stuff, my little crystals and everything. And that card, I acknowledge the fact that it was the Eight of Cups. It translates to the Eight of Cups in tarot. And I'm like, interesting, because eight of Cups is not a bad card. It's talking about, well, you're just moving on to bigger and better things. Okay, eight is real close to 9 and 10. Okay, which is the end. All right, so it's like you're gaining momentum. Okay, you're gaining momentum. You could even be going to new places. Like, travel could be real big for you. I'm also seeing something with pregnancy this year. And I'm gonna say specifically like spring, summertime. Oh, it's gonna be some summer babies or some summer conceiving. Okay, somebody could. Oh shit, somebody could have a pregnancy scare. Okay. I don't want to get into that. That's making my head hurt, actually, because there's something with somebody who has a child already. I ain't gonna get into that. Sometimes it just be not my business. Okay. That's so crazy, because the emperor, I mean, I just saw the empress, and now here's the emperor, and I was gonna try to keep shuffling, but something told me to stop here. The emperor, damn, is behind the star card. Ooh, this is specifically for Aquarius, this particular part of the message, because it's something about your dad. That, I don't know why the fuck my brain works like this. Oh my gosh, like it don't be even funny sometimes, and I listen, I don't know what's going on, but my brain heard that line from Save the Last Dance. Is that what was that the movie? Save the Last Dance? Where she was with Julia Stiles. And remember Kerry Washington, she was in there and she was like, your son ain't seen nothing but your back since he been born. That's what the fuck I just heard. So this is about something about like you could be coming to terms with the absence of your father, okay? Or and if you're not coming to terms with the absence of your father, the other aspect of this is finding out this year that your dad, and I keep saying this year, but I'm really, again, this is all like spring summer energy. Finding out that your dad left something for you, like I said this earlier, heirloom, 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 and that every time I say that word, it's like it's ringing in my ears, and there's like a resonance in my gut. I'm like, hello? I don't know what the fuck. I don't think my father left anything for me. I'll just leave it at that. This ain't about me. But even as I said that, child, my right ear, it was the highest pitch frequency ever, but it was so. What in the hell going on here? And with this temperance card, I'ma just say it. This ain't no Sagittarius energy. This is an actual angel. So either you are the earth angel or your father is sending an angel. And that's funny as I'm saying this here, come a train is going by. Your father has sent an angel, or hold on, let me see. What is this? I mean, I love puzzles and shit. I do. I really do. But damn, I cut the deck on the eight of cups in the other deck. That has to be significant. Hold on. Mm-mm. That has to be significant. The eight of cups doesn't just come out like that for no reason. Hold on. Ow. Let me get both of these actually. And I don't got much time, I'm gonna be honest, because my phone, it already gave me that warning that I only had 10%. So there's that. Okay. Oh, all right. Let me see something here. Damn, I hate that this page is gonna fall out. I spent so much time putting this together. Yo, what the fuck is going on? I feel okay. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna read this because that's what my instincts told me to do. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read this. The Eight of Cups. Okay. Because this really does feel like a dad who abandoned his child. And listen, daughter, son, whatever. A dad who abandoned his child, and there's something else coming that you're finding out in regards to the abandonment, or maybe even like why you abandon people because you could have inherited. Because okay. The young man was entranced by the dark haired girl. He watched as she moved through the crowds of people, a cup of flowers clutched to her chest, her curls spilled about her shoulders, catching the sunlight. Who is she? He asked the nearest vendor, but the man simply shrugged and turned away. By the time the young man glanced back, the girl was nowhere to be seen. No! He cried. He had to find her. Standing on tiptoes, he peered through the mass of people, searching for any movement for just the briefest glimpse up ahead. He pushed and shoved his way through the crowds, heading down the hill, but still there was no sight of her. Have you seen her? Did you see the girl carrying the cup? He asked every vendor along the path. The answer was always the same, a flat no or a blank face. He picked up speed, running as fast as he could, despite the people in his way, which only served to annoy those in front of him. He stared in store windows, took detours down the side streets in the hope that she had done the same, but the outcome never changed. In the end, he decided to tail back the way he had come and double check that he hadn't missed her. Perhaps she had slipped by unnoticed. Although he knew it was highly unlikely, she was all she was all he could see and all he could think about. He knew his behavior was untoward and totally out of character. Moments before, his head had been full of hot air and he'd been bewildered by the choices in front of him. Now everything had changed. There was something about her. The minute he saw her, he knew they were meant to continue on this journey together. The young man was a dreamer with the soul of a poet. He was easily distracted and sensitive to the ways of the world, but he knew this girl was special. In her he recognized a fellow soul, and that had to count for something. Around and around he went in search for her. Minutes turned into hours, and the streets all looked the same. The crowds diminished, and the day turned into night. The vendors dwindled, the stores closed, and still he waited. In truth, he felt trapped. He could not go anywhere for fear that she was still here and there was a chance to meet. But by the but by the same token, while he waited, she could have moved on to the next town. He didn't know what to do for the best. He didn't know what to do for the best. Darkness took a hold of the sky and also his thoughts. He could feel the icy fingers of disappointment wrap around his heart. He had to accept that she had gone, to let the dream go. Slowly, he made his way to the town gate. It was time to abandon this course of action, to withdraw and move on. Oh, okay. So from that, I get a few things. This is the beauty of tarot card reading because a lot of it is perception and damn it. I hate doing this in the dark. I can't continue. A lot of it is perception and there's another word that I was looking for. It's not analytical, but whatever. So like what okay, how do I see this now is maybe you've been trying to find something like either it's find yourself or like your identity when it comes to where you come from, okay? Or this could even be you've been trying to bring something to life, some type of dream, some type of vision, and you feel as if you have to just completely abandon it. You have to let it go because you can't find it. It's not happening, it's not clicking. Something about a person though is significant. Like I feel as if as you've been on this journey, even with this, see with this full card with the Knight of Wands and the Knight, yeah, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Magician. Nah, you're like you're finding yourself. That's crazy. You're finding yourself, but there's I think that somebody is looking for you. Okay. And yeah, somebody's looking for you. Now, this could literally be your father. You know, I mentioned that with the Emperor card. Your father could be looking for you, um, or your father is trying to connect with you in the ethereal realm. Okay, one or the other. I'm also just getting like some type of self acceptance, some type of change in the way that you see yourself. It's something is being ignited because of how your mindset has shifted, so something else is shifting in your reality. Like you are attracting things because of things that you've let go of or because of things that you've transformed. So now you're attracting some level of I know you're just attracting new things. Okay, so let me just go ahead and finish this off because child, it's been a minute. Yeah, this magician and the Knight of Cups don't want to leave actually. um mm-mm. Some of y'all could be getting plastic surgery this year. Child, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging. I'm seeing like enhancements. You shifting. I don't want to say shifting. Yeah, you getting some type of work done. Um, you're enhancing pieces of you. Okay, this could be like even just like the simplest things, like getting tattoo, like eyebrow tattoos. You know, that's is that still a thing? Actually, that is a real thing, but I don't know if it's still a thing now. Like people do it now. Um, you could be getting something with like hair, changing your hair, dyeing your hair. I'm seeing people getting piercings, new tattoos. It's just like a lot of there's something changing. Even like somebody's going to the gym, like working on themselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Finding yourself. So maybe you were lost and now you're found. You found yourself through a talent or a hobby, like something that you like to do has helped you to reconnect with yourself. Okay. All right, but let's go ahead and end it here because I don't know how much battery my phone has left besides a small amount. It already gave me the warning twice, so that means it's gonna die soon. I'll come back to this. I'll charge up everything and then I'll come back. I promise I will not. I will not rant. Not tonight. I will not rant anymore about what the hell I was talking about earlier. But we do got to do something about this rage, okay? Anywho, y'all, I'll be back when I'm back, okay? Make sure you keep your thoughts, your words, and your actions aligned to the highest frequency, and that's the reality you shall see. And ciao. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. Okay? All right, I'll be back.